Hey, this is Irvin Griffin, and just to let you know, I am going to spoil Black Panther Wakanda Forever in my quick review, but it'll be minor spoils. I'll keep them to a minimum, but I thought I'd warn you ahead of time. My personal first impressions of the movie, let me say right now, it's not better than the first one. That said, it's not awful. It's not awful at all. The tributes and loving nods to Chadwick Boseman, aka T'Challa, and they do acknowledge T'Challa's death in this one. It happens off screen. While they don't name what he died of, they do say it was a disease. A silent nod to Chadwick. The story, flows. Let me tell you, it's long, and I will admit it is boring in parts. Unless you really are familiar with the characters, it will be boring as crap to you in parts. Now, I have heard some critics say, oh, another woke piece. Now, I've been on the side of the get woke, go broke type of spiel, because we've seen a lot of entertainment that have tried to force female characters into these movies. In this case, I have to say, have several seats, because the first Black Panther already acknowledged that the women of the Wakandan culture are a big part of it. That's already been established. So for those that want to call this another woke piece, have several seats on this one. Now, that said, I'll admit I understand people that said recast T'Challa, but for those people I say, when you see this film and see how it's written and see how it's done, I think bringing him back now would be a mistake, because any good that this film did, you're going to undo it by bringing him back. Then again, a lot of these same people, not everyone, but a lot of them were saying, oh, they need to bring Killmonger back. Why? For what? And I'm not going to go into the big spiel about that, okay? But I will say, I'm going to go ahead and spoil this. He does make an appearance in the dream sequence, and I'm trying to figure out how the heck is he even there? And why is he even there? But that's just my personal opinion. Yeah, that's just my own opinion on that. Now, as for the main women, I'll start with the women that you see on the screen. All three of these women really bring their A game, especially the actress that plays Okoye. She really brings her A game in this one. She really brought it, and the depths that she portrays as the character was outstanding. Very outstanding. As for Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda, she is not passive in this one. Oh no. I mean, she doesn't come out, kicking booty and all that, but I'm talking about in terms of a character. She is strong in this one. And I don't say that lightly, because it said, yeah, strong black woman, yeah. Because to me that phrase is so played out. But you could honestly say that. And no one needs to declare it, and she doesn't need to declare it. You feel it. You see it. She shows you. So for that, thank you. Now, as for the protagonist, I'm not crazy about how they did Namor in this one, but I kind of get it for legal reasons, because I think another studio still has the movie rights to the Submariner, so I understand why they had to change him around, make him not from Atlantis, but from the Aztec culture. But that said, the Aztec Atlanteans, that's what I'm gonna call them. The Aztec Atlanteans, they are no joke. They're no joke. And finally, Wakanda really, as far as on Earth, they really have a foe that actually can challenge them. See, before, really, no nation, including the United States, could challenge Wakanda. But now they got a nation that actually can. And it's so sad that Chadwick Boseman did die, because I would have loved to see T'Challa versus Namor. Because he would have actually, besides somebody like Killmonger, he actually would have had a foe that could actually challenge him. It honestly would have been a real threat to him. But this is mainly, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it, this is mainly the journey of Shuri. After the death of her brother, after failing to save him, at least in her mind, this is really her journey of growth. And I'm going to say briefly on Riri Williams. Was I blown away by the Riri Williams character? No. But luckily, she is kept in a secondary role, which I think was smart on the part of Ryan Coogler. Keep her in a secondary role, because this isn't really her film. This is all about Shuri. And there is a major character that dies in this film. I'm not going to reveal that. But when you see it, you're going to be like, oh my God. It blows you away. And it adds to the growth of Shuri. M'Baku, when he shows up, he doesn't show up a lot in this film. But when he does, he takes advantage of every minute he is on the screen. Woo-hoo. And he has some of the most memorable lines in the movie. And I will say, when the battles go, this is definitely not only a journey film for Shuri, this is definitely a war film. This is a war film. This is not, even though the tributes to Chadwick Boseman, are littered throughout this film, and they are done with loving care. Make no mistake, this is a war film. For sure. And as for Nakia, let's just say we get to find out what happened to her after the events of Black Panther and why she wasn't around during Infinity War and where she had been between Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Endgame, and of course in the 5+ years since the Black Panther, at least in that world. Overall, and other than the Killmonger thing, I hope I didn't give too many spoilers. I would encourage you to see it for yourself before you judge. I would encourage you to see it for yourself. And the effects in this film, they got to be seen on the big screen. But if I had to give it a rating of 1 through 5, I would give it about a 2.5 to a 3. Like I said, it does not match the first film in no way, shape, or form. That said, in terms of Phase 4 stuff in this MCU, and most of the MCU in Phase 4 has been meh to just god awful. I still hadn't seen Eternals, nor do I have any plans anytime soon to see it. But in comparison to a lot of things in Phase 4, this is one of the better things I've seen. This, along with Spider-Man No Way Home and a couple of others. Anyway, that's all I got to say on this. I'm out.